Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Partnership of Greatness. Though I'm on the ministry, and of course this is ministry, because I miss my wife so much that I am thinking of Partnership of Greatness. I want to just thank the Lord by asking my director to play me this song, Mweba Sangwa na Mumulilo. It was sung by the youths. I don't know the full song, but it says, Mweba Sangwa na Mumulilo. I need that, Mr. Director, because the state where we are at, the whole world, it is something that each one of us, if we don't pay close attention, we are going to be swallowed up by problems. But I refuse to be swallowed up. You must refuse to be swallowed up. On this ministry today, I want to zero in to the youths of Zambia. This is Youth Day. Mr. Director, if you can, find me the song, Mweba Sangwa na Mumulilo. Please play that for me, and I'll be very grateful.
Zambia, your time of spiritual revival and awakening is now. Once again, Pastors Victoria and Moses Chilua invites the nation of Zambia to a 2-day conference on the order of Melchizedek with Dr. Francis Miles. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International in Ibex Hill. Dates, 19th and 20th of March 2021. Saturday 14 hours to 18 hours, Sunday 09 hours to 12 hours. Make a date with us.
Look for, oh. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just being told by my directors that they haven't seen that song, but I'm grateful we will get there. Mr. Director, please give me the scriptures. Psalm 144. Psalm 144. You give it to me first from the King James and then from the New International Version, the same scriptures. First, Psalm 144, verses 11, 12, up to the last. Let me read those scriptures. Psalm 100 and okay. Read me and deliver me from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speak vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood. Okay? That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth. That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth. That our daughters may be as cornerstones. Do you know, when you ask a builder what a cornerstone is, there you are, daughters of Zambia, polished after the similitude of a palace. In other words, their behavior will be like that of the queens and the kings in the palace. That our gunners may be full, folding all manner of store. That our ship may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets. Our barns will be filled. Mr. Director, you have taken me back to verse 11. Okay, let me read it from my... That our barns will be... What is happening, Mr. Director? That our gunners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our ship may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets. That our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in, no going out, that there be no complaining in our streets, that there will be no complaining in our streets. Happy is that people that is in such case. Yeah? Happy is that people whose God is the Lord. Okay, let me read my director from there. I see that if I ask you to go back to New International Version, it will take time. But the Bible says, deliver me, rescue me from the hands of foreigners. This is the NIV. Deliver me, rescue me from the hands of the foreigners, whose mouths are full of lies, whose right hand are deceitful. Then our sons, in their youth, will be like well-natured plants. Understand that? Then our sons, in their youth, will be like well-natured plants. And our daughters will be like pillars caved to adorn a palace. Oh, Jehovah. Our barns will be filled with every kind of provision. You now understand that our barns or our storehouses will be filled with every kind of provision. Our sheep will increase by thousands, by tens of thousands in our field. Okay? Our oxen will draw heavy loads. There will be no breaching of wars, no going into captivity, no cry of distress in our streets. And the last verse says, blessed are the people of whom this is true. Okay, blessed are the people of whom this is true. Blessed are the people whose God is the Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so grateful to be here on Camnet TV, because by the special grace of God, I just thought that I stand here and be able to address the youths of Zambia. the youths of Zambia. Today is Youth Day. And being Youth Day, I want you to know that you must thank the Lord as youths, because the government has taken time to even give you a day where there is a holiday. And I don't know whether there is a elderly or old people's day where you celebrate the old people for the things they've done, whether there is I don't know, but there is Youth Day. For the elderly, they are done and dusted. And I know that giving them a holiday for what? For the things they've done? I don't know. But of course there was supposed to be a holiday because of the many things that we have done. Now, David, the psalmist, goes back, ladies and gentlemen, to thanking Jehovah about the situation that was prevalent at that time. Mr. Director, just flash for me verse 11. Just verse 11 from the New International Version. I'll be most grateful. And you should be ready to be there from time to time. Deliver me and rescue me. This is a father. This is a mother praying because of the things that they went through. He says, deliver me. Oh, deliver me and rescue me from the hands of the foreigners, whose mouths are full of lies, whose right hands are deceitful. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that Zambia and many African countries have been colonized by the big powers, or the so-called powerful nations, who tell us lies from time to time. When I say lies, there are a lot of things that these people do to Africa, which, if they indeed loved Africa, I want you to know that Africa would not be where it is. For example, before I was born, the mines were there. If the people loved Zambia, they should have set up big factories like Zamefa. They should have set up everything and every plant which they have in UK, in USA, in China, where they go to process or refine our copper. They should have done that here in Zambia, so that we are just exporting finished products. Zambia would not be at this level. I want you to know that these big superpowers, they just enjoy to perpetuate our suffering. I'll give you an example. Why on earth, from time immemorial, when I was growing up, our parents, my mother, would send us to a grocery store. Those grocery stores, you know, those grocery stores, they had everything that our parents needed. We were not walking 10 kilometers. The people who had groceries would go and buy from wholesalers, and they bring and stock up in the groceries. They had all those things. We were not suffering. Look at what has happened. Thank God we are calling it development. Here comes a big chain superstore planted right in Jonawad or Chawama, where I grew up. I was told in England by one of the learned person, he said when he was going through some papers of the World Bank or whatever, he discovered that there was a clause that every rich person and every rich nation should seek to place things that are going to bring money to the organization in the poverty-stricken countries, because that's how you are going to generate the funds. And he went on further by saying, you know, when a person brings these people who have got their minds already opened up, they bring a chain store in the area where the poor people are. I want you to know there is more money than those in the upper class areas. Why? Because in John Howard, in those areas, we buy without budget. We buy out of impulse. You just want ice cream. Yeah, kale nalilepo ice cream. Wafwampuka. Ule fwampuka fye. Why? Because there is no budget. The little money that you have, gone. Now, download that picture to the nation, poverty-stricken nations. We are not on the export side. We are on the consuming side. We are always eating. We are always eating, and there is nothing coming in through export. No, we are just consuming. We are a consumer nation. But child of the Most High God, the father, the mother sits there and he cries to God. And he says, Lord, deliver me. Deliver me from this. I don't want my children. I don't want the youths to go through what we have gone through. Give me verse 12, Mr. Director. Lord, deliver me from such. And I pray that every Zambian will be able, you parents will be able to pray this prayer. Then our sons, in their youth, will be like a well-natured plant. Well-natured plants. And our daughters will be like pillars caved to adorn a palace. I want you to know that the psalmist there, he is loaded. That our children, our sons, want to go through what we went through. There is no parent in this world who, let me retract that, there are some. There are few parents in this world who always wish their children failure. Ukachimona, kaleza, suza kotila, suza kabalabana. That person is telling the child, his own child. What kind of a parent are you? David says, I want my sons to be like a well-nurtured plant. If ever you have seen any commercial farm where they produce grapes, where they produce all this, he says, I want my children to be like that. A full-fledged commercial farming kind of life. And I want my daughters to be so beautiful. I want them to dress in a modest manner that it's like they are prepared for the palace. Not this dress code, which has come with the language. People have no passports. They never went to good schools. They never did anything. And they are speaking the language like they were educated in Oxford. The dress code. When you are walking, you are a girl, you are dressed like you've just been raped somewhere, or you've just been harassed somewhere. The dress code is awful. Let me tell you something. Those who were born for greatness, you can even tell the dress code. I want you to know that you can tell somebody's character even by their dress code. Look at this. If you found me, I'm saying me, if you found me dressed in a jean which has been cut and showing my thighs, my legs, it's cut, those jeans, I know it's style, but this is the generation that we are dealing with. Now, there are those who dress who know that they were born for greatness. I want you to know certain daughters in this nation of Zambia will never reduce themselves to be looking like pagans. The dress code is not going to be enticing men. It's not going to be enticing women. When you dress, modestly, I want you to know that even in church, we have those with prostitute spirits, both men and women. There can never be a prostitute without a prostituta. These people are coming from there, and when they come, even going to worship the Lord, you see how they are dressed. Looking for someone to injure in their dress code. Looking to pollute someone's mind. Why are you dressed like this? Well, I'm dressed to kill. I am dressed to kill. The Bible says, thou shalt not kill. Who do you want to kill? I want whoever will see me, they have to know that I'm the one. Child of the Most High God, let me tell you, daughters of Zambia, I want you to know, those of you who were born for greatness, listen to your parents. Some of you, you don't have to copy what others are going through. No, baka mbonasha nati naine nalikwata wait. I've got some caves. I've got this. Let me tell you. Umwana kashi musuma nangu afuale fya masaka. Musuma. Ukopwa, and you are going to have a house. By showing yourself and dressing in a cheaper way, naba lefu okupa bakala naban your dress code can either bring a decent man or can bring a useless man. It is up to you. But I'm talking about that verse 12. Give me verse 13, my director. Then I go to show some prevalent challenges that you youths are facing, which have been faced by many. Our barns will be filled with every kind of provision. Our sheep will increase by thousands, by 10,000s in our field. Our barns, meaning there will be surplus, there will be provision. Give me verse 14 also, I married together with this one. Our oxen will draw heavy loads. Now let's change that word oxen. Let's put it transportation. When Zambia is filled with agricultural products, when all of us become workers, our transport will draw heavy loads. There will be no breaching of walls, no going into captivity. We are not going to. No cry of distress in our streets. The other version says there will be no people complaining. When we have trucks in Zambia, Mr. Banda and Nyerenda Company getting groundnuts from Eastern Province, getting cashew nuts from Western Province. These are not foreign trucks. These are trucks by Zambians. I want you to know that we are going to make this nation a joy for Africa. I know that. And there are so many things that are coming in this world, ladies and gentlemen, and you are going to agree with me that the Antichrist is not far. The world is moving so fast, very, very fast, that it will shock you. May I say something? I love what this someone said about the starting of something. This gentleman, this unknown gentleman, says, learn more from failures than from success. Don't let it stop you. Failure builds character. Failure builds character. As Zambia, we have failed before. As Zambia, we have failed in certain ways. But let me tell you, youths of Zambia, don't let the failures of our nation stop you from achieving the greatest results for this nation. Don't. I'm appealing once again to the youths of this nation. I'm appealing that may God come into your spirit. This nation is a great nation. Mr. Director, give me verse 15. As I start looking into this, verse 15. is, thank you, Mr. Director. My prayer to God is that those people who still doubt the Lordship of Jesus Christ in this nation may be embarrassed, because we are not going to remove God out of Zambia. We will keep it. We will trust Jehovah that he be the Lord of this nation, to keep the unity and peace of this nation. Let me show you some of the things that are facing the youths of our nation. Number one, lack of employment. The challenges of Zambia that we are facing. Lack of employment or opportunities. Lack of what? Employment or opportunities. When I was growing up, I want you to know that there were few people getting jobs. This is why, and hear me good, I don't want you to be confused by politicians. Politicians, you are my friends. My wife and I, when we talk here, don't take it to heart. Get the substance. Don't say, Pastor Chilwa always likes talking about politics, always likes about, let me tell you something. You are my friends. You are walking on this lane. Allow me to walk on this lane with my wife and other men of God that are bringing sanity in this nation. Let me tell you something. When I was a youth, I remember there was a time that we looked for jobs. I would go from industry to industry. I would go to this and that. And one day, my friend came to me in John Howard and said, you know what, Moses? Bakala Ingisha kutwa penga bus services. Some of you boys and girls, you never hear that bus service or that transport, Twapenga bus services. It was as powerful as Shalom. It was as powerful as Jordan, all these buses at that time, Twapenga services. I was just tipped that they will be employing conductors, nama waiters, mumma bus. A lady and a man, a boy, they will be employing that. Guess what? I woke up around 05. I told Mom, nkaba conductor. Mutu apenga services. Ngamulea kukopa belt. Tamuakaledi piramaya. And I had those dreams. I go there in Cairo Road, just opposite Findeco. That's where the offices were. Guess how many of us were? I thought we were only few who heard about it. We were over 300 people looking to be conductors on the same buses, and we were just so many. They were looking for few, about 20. And like I've always told you, by the grace of God, out of those 300 people, I was one of the people selected, about 15 of us, to be working in the Twapenga bus services. But by the special grace of God, or for some reasons or whatever, something happened. Even before we could start, the owner of those buses, I still remember his name, Mr. Laima, he passed on. And something, the administrators there, they never picked those of us who had interviews with that bus, and the rest is history. But I just want to show you that I thought we were going to be few of us, because they were just looking for conductors. And we were over 300 people looking for jobs, which they only picked about 20-15 of us. Now, can you imagine? Out of 300 people, where are you taking the 280 people? Where are they going? Jobs at that time were not there for everyone. From the time our founding fathers, Dr. Kaunda, thank God is alive, and may God keep him for many years to come. But there is Dr. Kaunda, with all his cabinet and the UNIP people. They did what they could, but they did not employ everyone. So when it comes to jobs, they could not employ everyone. Why? Because it was not possible to employ everyone. And today, some politicians will tell you, we will create jobs. We are creating jobs. That's a lie. I've always said this. Now, before, and in the future, 10, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, hold me to my word. I don't know which president will be there in 20 years from now. In the past, now, and in the future, no one president, no single president who will be a genius to create employment for the Zambian youths and for the people of Zambia. It is impossible. It's a lie. Because in America, they are fighting with the same thing. In Europe, they are fighting with the same thing. In Nigeria, they are fighting everywhere in the world. Where will you come from and employ all the Zambians, 18 million? Stop cheating the people. And you people that are there, stop believing a lie that everyone will be employed. Let me qualify this with what I always say. Jehovah God has promised you, not like a politician who says, I'll bless everyone, I'll create jobs, I'll create this. The government only creates enabling environment where you can do what you feel like doing without offending the government, without offending your neighbor, without inciting somebody. Enabling environment. But here is what God says. Jehovah says, sir, I will bless the labor of your hands. When he went to Moses, he said, Moses, what is that in your hand? Mr. Director, please give me Daniel chapter 1. I want to show the people of Zambia something. Oh Jehovah. Daniel chapter 1. If we go to the book of Daniel chapter 1, this was the time the children of God or Israel went into captivity. But they were looking for young men with certain qualifications. They were looking for certain men or young people with certain qualifications. Mr. Director, give me verse 17. Let's see what God did for Daniel. Look at this. To the 4 young men, God gave them knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature. In other words, they went to school, they were learned, they were educated, they went to NIPA, they went to Ivalinon, they went to university, Unilas, whatever you want to call it. But these young men, God gave them knowledge and understanding in all kinds of literature and learning. And Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. Thank you, Mr. Director. When the king wanted some young men to serve in the palace, which story you know? This one in Daniel. They chose certain young men who were given employment to eat what the king was eating, to have the nourishment and everything. But these 4 Hebrew children said, listen, we don't want handouts. We are not going to be eating what the king is eating. Complacency. They refused. They said, excuse us, Mr. Prisoner, please try us. We want to be eating what you always have been giving us. Just give us more intake of vegetables. And you know the story. At the end of the time that was appointed for them, 4 young men stood up. They were just above these other guys. All of them were Jewish people. All of them were in captivity. All of them were chosen and given the opportunities. But 4 of them said, we want to rely on our God. And the Bible clearly states that the 4 of them, God, for these 4 youths, God gave them knowledge, skill in all learning, and wisdom. And Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. We don't know the names of the other guys who were put with Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But these 4, they stand out. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel, they stand out. We read about them. Why? Because they placed their eyes in God. Blessed is a man. Blessed is a man whose trust is in Jehovah. Zambia, you were born for greatness. Youths, let me promise you this. Some of you, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, if you are not going to wake up and say, let me do something for my own, you keep on going in circles. You keep on going in circles. These problems that we go through, they are very real. Lack of employment, lack of opportunities for you to make money, for you to get a job. Those things will be there as long as we live. Even Jesus just said it this way to the disciples. He said, listen, the poor will always be with you. There will always be poor people. Whether you like it or not, Jesus said, the poor will always be with you. He didn't curse this planet. No, he just said the poor will always be there. Fact. But when you go into the Word of God, you find Jesus saying, whosoever will, let him come. It's an open invitation. And the Bible says also in the book of John chapter 7, if you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask for what you want and I will give it to you. Child of the Most High God. Parents, we are not doing ourselves a service by telling these children, go and look for a job. You've just been eating. You've just been doing. May God bless Camnet TV viewers. May God bless you. Parents, let's find room, opportunities. Let's take our children in the field. I still emphasize. Just before I came to the studio, my wife chatted with a lady who has been following this program. My wife will come and tell it better. And probably the lady herself will come and tell it better on this platform. Who has been following Camnet TV very keenly. Every time, even this time, I'm sure she's watching because she said, I'm waiting for the program. She watches Camnet TV passionately. But guess what? I've just been talking about land with my wife. Land. Please get land, please get land, please get land. By the grace of God, she said, let me wise up. She went and got 1.5 hectares of land. She was chatting with my wife and said, Maya, this is 1 year. I never go to the market to buy anything vegetable. Alana mutuisula menso. She's making money, and she says when she grows up, she wants to live some. She has seen the value of land. Just 1.5 hectares. She's making money. For 1.5 years, I'm sure she has not been to the market to buy vegetables. And when you listen to our plans, my wife came from where she was. She came and put the the phone on loudspeaker, and I was listening to this testimony. If ever Camnet TV has helped to push somebody, it is that lady. And she says at 51 or 55, my wife has it better. She says, where were you? After 50 years, that's when we are seeing this, making this kind of money. Child of the Most High God, that lady, who can employ her at 51 years? Can she compete with these young boys who are coming from University of Zambia, who are coming from overseas? Can she compete? She can't. But let me tell you something. You cannot compete with her in her field. She's got land. It is hers. And God is blessing the labor of her hands. Child of the Most High God, go out there. Go out there and look for land. Jehovah God, if you don't wise up, Zambia, if you don't wise up, don't think these foreigners who are coming from South Africa, coming from Zimbabwe, coming from Congo, coming from where, they are just coming in Zambia because they have nothing to do there. No. Muno Zambia, mwali bako n'otulo, n'okushishita, abena Zambia. Taba ishiva land, if you have important. We don't know the cost of the land. Taba ishiva, twalikwata peace. Twalikwata fionse, if you lesa fwayo kutupela. We have this. Now we are just fighting. I want to be an MP. I want to be. It didn't make good reading. When I was listening to Camnet TV News and I saw a police officer being dragged Kunumaya Vanet because the UPND cadres were having a challenge with the police officers. It does not make a good challenge. I mean a good reading that in Nakonde, somebody who is UPND is on radio and the people go there to storm. Why? You cadres from the PF, you cadres from UPND, you cadres from all these political cadres, parties. And I've been saying this. This is a time bomb, Mr. President. If cadres are not dealt with, we think they are supporting parties. Some of these are thugs, criminals, and dangerous criminals in the name of cadres for PF, cadres for UPND. Ama criminals, vale ingidila muli in an institution called the cadres. Please catch them. Whether they are from PF, they are from UPND, NDC, cadres need to be caged. They are controlling shops, they are controlling roads, they are controlling bus stop, and we are just watching. Oh, these are cadres for PF. Oh, these are cadres for UPND. Oh, these are cadres. Mulele kelaba kabwa lala. Criminals running this nation. Do something, Mr. President. You in power, do something. Don't say, yo, ababa PF, to be soft. And I'm so glad to hear from Mama Esther Katongo when she was giving a briefing about this, and also the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mwene. I was so glad to hear that people have been arrested, those who were harassing a UPND person on radio in Nakonde. You are not supposed to be like that. Every one of us, we are Zambians. Elo miebe mwebe na Zambia. Echo mulelu ishafe, cadres are just fighting for jobs. Most of these criminals and troublemakers, they are just fighting for handouts, money. That's all. There is nothing you can tell me. They are working so hard, including those educated cadres, because cadres, they are different levels. They are cadres who have not been to school, who are just there lifting weights to come and hammer a panga in someone's head. Those are criminals. That is level 1. There is also level 2. These who have been to schools and the colleges, who find that there are no jobs and they want to be civil servants. They want to be sent into foreign missions. They want this. These also are causing their own panicking. Their own troubles. This at level 2. Elo kwa libana level 1. Level 1 yamakadas. Ni ababe nebamu abo besa mukusonta niwe minister niwe bonani. They are bringing insightful things. No, you know, Mr. President, that one is a cartel. No, you know, Mr. President, that one is reporting false things to their presidents, whether ruling or opposition. Those people around the presidents, those, when you are there and you are fighting so hard, innocent people, we are all Zambians, please. There should be no bloodshed in this nation. So level 1 cadre, level 2 cadre, level 3 cadre. I want you to know that go to church. When you have a human heart, you'll be able to say, I need to hear this. There is Mayowa Sumaili, Ministry of Religious Affairs and National Guidance. Who pays attention to it? When that institution, it is there to strengthen and bring morals. Mayowa Sumaili, Camnet TV is here. Let's work together. Your ministry is very important in this nation. It's as important as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's as important as the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Defense. Mayo, let's bring sanity in this nation. Camnet TV will stand with you, will pray with you. It is high time that we guided this nation. That even if you want to vote, I look forward for UPND cadres, PF cadres, NDC cadres, and MMD cadres. I look forward for them not to work together because it's Youth Day. Because it's Independence Celebration Day. I look forward in this nation to see 500 PF youths, 500 UPND youths, 500 MMD, 500 whatever number, they are going door to door. Mane nishita ya kuvota ino nga mulefu okuvotera baba nensu kuti mwabavotera nga mulefu okuvotera baba nensu ukwabulolu buli. Let's work together, let's march together. Zambia is a great nation. Let's do something different. Notinga mwamona fyaba nenu ma red t-shirts mwambo kubapepeka. Why? Mwamona banenu mu green t-shirts mwambo kubapepeka. Why? This is not the Zambia that I want to live in. And let me tell you something. Nobody will solve our problems here. If you're Nandilana Muchurch, when you go to a pastor saying, if you join my church, all your problems will be over. They will be sorted out. Hallelujah. I feel Jesus. Come to Jesus. Na wale tidiya wachila imbole shinguluka tukala shinguluke chipuna cha mfumu amona wale tikwa chichipute kunu mayobe akosa no kukosa. Come, your problems will be solved. No one can finish the problems. Jesus never healed all the sick. Aya no kufuafua, aya manakubafua, aya no kuya. The sick were there. The poor were there. People with the challenges were there. If Jesus did not finish the problems, you, Mr. Pastor, Madam Pastor, stop eating people's money with fake promises. Let's be real and let's face facts as they are. I want to say this. Youths, the unemployment problem will still be a challenge in this nation, and also lack of opportunities. But there is something that I want to talk about in this nation. Children of the Most High, the problems that Zambia is facing, these problems are not new. There will be failure to succeed in education system. Our education system is a failure. Our education system, I keep saying this. This system has thrown away intelligent people. This system. Umuntu nga ishibafye history, just history. In Zambia, ni shuri chikopo. In America, you are an asset. You go to America, you will become a professor in history. Why? Because mathematics is not your language. I mean, it's not your game. English, biology, chemistry, fiance fita fiakukonka. What has followed you is history. I don't know how many professors of history that we have here in Zambia who can write the history of Zambia. How Sata became a president from the sitting room to bring down the government, the sitting government of the day. We need somebody to write history about that. We need history. How a boy can come from John Howard and another one from Olympia, they meet in the circle of greatness to come up with a Camnet TV, to be able to influence someone's mind. Somebody somewhere must write history, not jealous people who, when you pass, they don't even recognize you. This is Pastor Chiluba. I'm not asking for recognition. No, don't misunderstand me. I'm not asking for recognition. But there has to be some people to document people who have done things. Is there somebody who is going to write the history about President Muliokela? Will he just come and pass through as a joke in our nation? There has to be historians that there was this, there was this, there was this, there was this. All these things must be written. The reason why we don't have historians in Zambia, it's because there are few good students in history who have failed to become professors in history. And Zambia needs historians to write about the Ruben Kamangas of this world, to write about the Mundia Sikatanas of this world. History must be written and kept. But because those students who are good in history, Mwaliwetile Fikopo, Bafika Form 2, Form 3, and that was the end of the road. They didn't go to university, that was the end of the road. What were you looking for? 6 points. We need 6 points. We need, when somebody comes and says, I've got 6 points, you say he's intelligent. Okay, to become a pilot, do you need 6 points? No. If you go to Zambia Air Force there, I know one of the things that you need to become a good pilot is just geography. It's the history. You need, of course, English and mathematics to calculate when you are going to bomb one town there. You need those subjects. But let me tell you, biology, for a pilot, it is not a good subject. Because he wants to be a pilot, there are certain subjects that are irrelevant. Nangume 6 points. When you want to be a pilot, there are certain subjects which will never work. If you want to be a doctor, medical doctor, thank God for all the subjects that we have. But what good is it for a medical doctor to study history and become good in history? Shaka's mother and all this. What has that got a bearing on the doctor in UTH, Dr. Chizia? I want you to know, children of the Most High God, Zambia, you were born for greatness. Failure to succeed in our education system has created the mess that we are in. This education system that we have, Mr. Kalumba and Minister of Education, Mr. Wanchinga, please change if you have a sungubat shila. Fichinjen. Na tulete ko staff that will be able to change and transform our nation. I want to talk about one problem that is creating a time bomb for our nation. And this is substance abuse. Substance abuse. Most of you youths, because there are no jobs, you have taken to Kachasu. You have taken to Chidi. You have taken to consuming. Your brains are wasting away for nothing. You've gone to drugs. There are more rehab centers now which are opening in this nation. The time I was growing, rehab centers were not there. Child of the Most High God, Mr. President, there are companies here in Zambia, that are making beer and packaging them so well. You are arresting, as government, you are arresting someone selling cachasso. You are leaving some companies here that are packaging beer in plastics so cheap. And people are consuming those. Substance abuse. I look forward for this government to go through Kanyama, to go through Chawama, to go through Mutendere, to go through everywhere and clean up these Kachasu brewing families. Collect that. No, emobalishi shabana. Muleo naula mano. Muleo naula future ya Zambia. Abo abaleba glued kuchamba, abaleba glued kulifi. They are future presidents, please. They are future ministers. But because there are no jobs, look at what we are doing. Ask the licenses again. Government, please go through Cabinet TV. When we open up, we are going to float some companies here that are making the same tujiri, the same iliaine kachasu baichitafe package. Abaleshtishe chamba muma compoundium. And some of the people who buy drugs, mwikala mumayadi muka blongom, emo mufolesha ababayashta. Some of the big people, business people, it's not that their businesses are doing well because they make money. No. Some have opened up chemistry. There's a chemistry. That chemistry is a front. Behind these guys, they sell drugs. Some have got shops, booming shops, and you think that, oh, these shops are doing well. They are owned by drug dealers. You find these cars that are being sold at every corner of the road. I am not saying everyone, but some of the people selling cars, I want you to know that they are washing their debt money through that, because the government, DEC, would pounce on them. They go buy cars, they buy this, and they are putting them everywhere. Drug dealers are so wise that they find loopholes how to beat the government. They've got chemistries, they've got this, they've got that. Tata Twachula, President Lungu, help us through Cabinet TV. This is not just another channel. There are people watching here with evidence. If we work together, we come together. Zambia is a clean nation. Zambia is a wonderful nation, born for greatness, and we are appointed by God to be a Christian nation, but we must deal with these vices. We must. You are enjoying T-Bone. You are driving Porsche cars, and yet you are a drug dealer. If they can't find drug dealers in Colombia, if they don't know cartels in that drug network, please, in Zambia, with prayers, coordinating together, let's come up together. And you DEC, mwilasa la fiabantu emo mwapata, oye motoka ya wapa stachulubaidia, mwansanga pa musebo, no kumposele chamba, ati wapa stachulubale ya kuchipata, mukushiche chamba, luwako sana okukosa. Mwandisa lila na mchimboka ila. These things have happened. Hey, I never forget. I went to see my father in Chimbokaila. My father and my king, Woinyamboyeta, that great lozy king to be. I went to see him when he was falsely accused in prison. I led that man to the Lord in prison, and may God bless you, and may God keep you, and may the Lord be on your side. That man, when he was released, he called me and said, "Whoa, Pastor, please, I want to talk to you." And he said, because it was painful to lock up the king in things that he was not involved at Balimuku. He comes and he says to me, "Well, Pastor, I want to go in politics. Can I go in politics?" Because of the pain, he wanted to bring sanity. I said, "My king, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. Don't go into politics." And one day, it was Christmas time. It was what those of you who are grown up, you remember the headline in the former newspaper called The Post. On Christmas Day, Chief Inyamboyeta took a day to pray for President Chiluba, to thank the Lord that he had put him in detention. May his soul rest in peace. To thank the government of Zambia that they had put him in prison. From his heart, he said, "I forgive President Chiluba. I pray for him. Father, keep him." And what? He prayed that prayer. The Post carried it as headline. Chief Inyamboyeta prays for Chiluba. You know what we're dealing with in prison? I was going there to pray for my king, my father. Today, you never hear Inyamboyeta anywhere. He's seated in his palace, praying for this nation. And I want you to know that that man, Chief Inyamboyeta, is not a tribalist. He's lousy, but go to his palace. Go into his chiefdom. I want you to know that that is a man who is educated, a man who is sober, level-headed, and may God bless you, Boy Inyamboyeta, and my mother, may God bless you. But here's a story why I brought my chief in this. I was about to go after I'd seen my king. Then another man called me, "Pastor Chiluba, I want to talk to you." I looked at this smart dressed man and I said, "Yes, sir." We went into that room where the lawyers meet their clients. And the prison warden was so kind to say, "Pastor, use that room." The story he told me broke my heart. The man was in Kablonga with a big mansion, a consultant with UN. He was succeeding and everything, and his pay at that time was in dollars, thousands of dollars, comfortable in Kablonga. Listen to this story. I spoke to that man, and it so happened that the servant was disrespecting the wife. And he would not take instructions and all this. He would fly to New York, he would fly to this, and one day she just said, "Honey, enough is enough. Much as we want to help this man, he's got a family, yes, but I cannot take in this." And the man said, "Surely no." He fired that servant, living in Kablonga. And it's not this Kablonga. You know, these big yards where you have the yard there and it's demarcated. The servant has also got his own yard. There is a wall between the main house and the servant's quarter. In that servant's quarter, the man was dealing in dubious things. The moment he was fired, he went to DEC and reported the man to say boss balali mechamba ku servant's quarter. DEC sweeps into the yard and they find a big portion of ichamba chali fumyana nemitwe, and it was ready for harvest. The man was picked up on the word of a servant. Picked up, locked up in Chimbokaila. I'm talking about in those days when my father, King Inyamboyeta, was there. And in fact, my father, Inyamboyeta, knew the man. They were discussing in prison there. He was locked up for months, 1 year, without being taken to court, without being charged. The man was there. He lost his job with the UN. He lost everything because of a servant who was being disciplined. And the DEC people moving there. Alamwebana bakwalese fichitika pano chalo. Uchi waikala. Watontonkanya. Webele, what's this? Somebody would just come and bring. It is his word against my word. And say something. Mailona seven. Eva Pastor Chirubuko. Na mumfa nakabatalala. Na mumfa umuntu losing enchito ku UN because of a servant. You, DEC people, don't get used by anybody. Don't settle scores with anybody because you are there powerful. You are an independent people. You can do anything you want. At the end of the day, DEC people, God will judge you. There are people who have worked for DEC. There are people there who have done things, and by the special grace of God, they are not here. Where are they? Back to their maker. You, as a child of God, you must be able to be very thorough, professional, do your job, that after you leave DEC, after you leave Zambia Police, you leave the army, you leave this, you move out with your clean hands. You never implicated somebody, including you people in the intelligence, including all of you in every field. You never falsely accused anybody. Because when you lie in that coffin, it will be you and your God. You never wrote a report falsely about somebody. Just know that beyond your job now, there is a grave. Beyond this, you answer. Substance abuse in this nation has become rampant. And you youths, and this is why I just said today's ministry, let me not have a guest, but let me deal with these problems that are rampant in this nation. Hallelujah. The other problem that we are dealing with is crime. Because there are no jobs, but bambi nangu mubapele nchito. They have the DNA of stealing. They have the DNA of criminality in them. This is why you find that somebody is a manager, is in charge of this store. He takes a ream of paper from the shop and saying Kalipilarimbi liaya ikala. This criminality is even in the pulpit also. Us as pastors, abusing and misusing congregational money. It is there. You take it, wayakule chianda chobe, wayashite myotoka, wachitefi, the congregation sees. Ushe offering ile ya kui. All these things, they come, you can be, if you have that DNA of a criminal, even if you become a pastor. There is somebody who sang this song long time ago, I don't know, Ganiba PK Shala, Namponga Niba, but Valwimbilefe Muchbemba. Isha Motari Shala Neko Nkalola, Kaya Nario. Kaya nario isha motalishala. Ubupu putabushala ne gonkalola. Kaya nabu. Certain things. My principal just used to say this in college. He said, wherever you are, there you are. Wherever you are, the character will manifest. Child of the Most High God. These vices will be with us. Lack of employment and lack of opportunities will be with us. And all these things that I've talked about, the issue of failure to succeed in education, and we can bring more issues. But let me say this, because I need to pray, I need to chat with the Zambian people that God has blessed. I need to be with you, child of the Most High God. Let me say this. The solution to lack of opportunities, the solution to lack of jobs, the solution to this alcohol abuse, this substance, and all these things, the solution for us to avoid the police from throwing us up into the vanets is for us to own land. My wife and I have been talking about this, and we've been talking about this. In fact, one man called me and said, Pastor Chiluba, the conference that you've been talking about on the 26th and 27th of April, is it taking place? We haven't closed our hands to it. You remember the last time I talked about this conference, we said we moved it from February to March. If need be, we are not in a hurry. This is our nation. One of the problems that we have in Zambia, ni pika tuli attitude. If into Philipia, imbalala shilepia, ulebula. That kind of thing should not be there. Ipule mbalala, shibike panshi nangubwali. Get the things out. Umunani, ninama, whatever you want to eat, get it from the stove. The problem that we have in this nation and why we go wrong sometimes is that we are too much in a hurry for nothing. Let me tell you, before I was born, Zambia was here. Before all of us here living now, before we were born, Zambia was here. My grandmother lived to about 100 and something. She came here in Lusaka from Chinsali in 1902 with her husband. They went here and saw the rail line coming here. Where is she? Today she is in heaven. She left Zambia. We are going to leave Zambia. But let's do the right thing. This conference we've talked about, the much talked about conference, I've involved with my wife. We have involved a lot of people. We have involved, a lot of people that will come in to come and give you a lecture. My prayer is that we change Zambia and change it for good. In the meantime, I've just been saying, please get yourself registered with Camnet TV. We are talking to all of you that are in our database. We are dating you. And we have always said, anything that you hear on Camnet TV, we say it here. This is our channel with my wife and the Camnet TV family out there. We are a big family. We are in thousands and we are getting to millions. Anything we want to communicate, we don't go behind, backbiting people and gossiping. We always bring it here. And at the time we are going to unveil this agriculture thing, and what has happened between the time we started promoting this agriculture, which was 2 years ago, and last year we were on it, we have been promoting the certain crops up to now. One day, I'm going to sit here with my wife and tell you why we are not doing this, we are not doing that, what has gone wrong, what has gone right. We will sit down. This is our platform. You are not going to hear me talk about this one, that one, what they did, it's irrelevant. In this world, let me tell you, no single person, not even Pastor Chiluba and Victoria with their Camnet TV, we cannot be loved by everyone. We maintain our lane. Umumu inemu agriculture. Kuli abantu bambi bali apa wisona ilila umumu inemulina macrooks mu agriculture sector. Those who are promising people things, we are going to do this, God just said on your marks, get set, nga vyatwalela nakale say set, go. Get set, go. I want you to know, when you run faster than me, when somebody, organizations run faster than Cabinet, than somebody, or whether Cabinet runs faster than you, in Bemba we simply say, ukutangila tekufika. And I like what my son says to Kombe. He says, Daddy, ukukokola mumabala tekulima. Kuti waya kumabala, waya lala. From 09 hours, now ulala up to 15 hours. Elo waisa limako fioluputalumo. And the people say, Ababa Mundala, he's got a great field. He went 06 and coming at 18 hours. Uku kokola muivala te kulima. But Zambia, you were born for greatness. My wife and I will make sure with Cabinet TV family, we will contribute positively. You will hear testimonies here on Cabinet TV. You will hear farmers of what they will be doing. There will be certain things about Cabinet TV around the world. Jehovah God, help the Cabinet TV family. All of you that are out there, please get land. Get land. That conference will come and we'll make sure that we do it clean. Like I said, I cannot disclose why we have postponed this conference, because I want you, when we say please come, I want you to say, Pastor Chiluba, thank you for this conference. I'm not going to be in a hurry to just say, okay, conference, bring your money. Even if you are paying 1,000 kwacha, I am just interested in getting your 1,000 kwacha. Forgive my wife and I. This time, we will do the right thing. We will do the right thing. We are doing the research. We have organized, we have engaged professional people at national level. Professional people. We have engaged professional people from outside Zambia. We feel we must help the president. We must help the government. We must work with this government to transform this nation into a $1 billion generating nation. And I'm glad with my wife that I'm part of what is happening. I have said that I cannot boast of Dubai, boast of Kigali, boast of India, boast of America, boast of... I am a Zambian. I want to be proud of Zambia, that we went, even our kwacha went to 22 kwacha per dollar. But here we are, we will bounce back to 5 kwacha. Why? Because we have become productive. Child of the Most High God. I'm going to rest a little bit. My wife is not with me here because this is the ministry. And I was supposed to have a guest speaker with me here as per our tradition. But I just felt this is National Day and a holiday for the youths. Youths, please get land. Please get land. Or improve on your father's land. Stop drinking alcohol. Stop drinking to jidi. Don't just wait. Last week, I was told that Zambia police they are employing, Air Force they are employing, National Service they are employing, and all these people they are employing. Let me tell you something. And my relatives kept on phoning me. Pastor Chiluba, do you know someone who police force? Please, tuafwilisheni kwenchitona chupa. It's not that he has passion to fight crime. Because in chitona chupa, abantu bale yafe ku police, bafe mu Air Force, bafe ku, but nabe nabali aba mu Air Force, nabakapokola na mu National Service, nabo bali kwata abana, nabo bali kwata olupwa lwabo. You find one officer is employed 5 people, 10 people, nababapera. 16 people, you all left makuchinshani. Ndefa abokapokola, bali ingila kale mwana wanu. Iyo ni cosmetic dress. iya kweba tibalela that we are employing this babe nama officers balingisha kale waya ku force headquarters na ka certificate yoni ne grade 12. Those officers, those commissioners, they've got relatives, they've got friends. Balingisha kale basenda babengisha iyo mu checking efya mashina mu newspaper mukayamona ukeshiba shani ukweba ati uyuni mwana commissioner, uyuni mwana colonel, uyuni mwana na tawake shibe. You're talking about corruption. Corruption yali in many forms. Nganiri yakali abantu bale chitafye alefu maku army, alefu maku skulu bamusenda. Ask those who were getting employed in the 70s, 80s. Takwali fidiko. My brother, Brigadier General Chiluba, retired, saved under people like General Mianda, Brigadier General Mianda, Bachinkuli Badia, Benemi Benge, and all the people who have died. In those days, takwale bokweba ati mwana wandi soku ngeko fiali tafiali rampant nomba because of lack of jobs and opportunities abantu bale butuka kwa tinishimu bale yafene fitenge defo kuya ku national service ne abantu balingira imwe lekeni abali bakapokola babe bakapokola lekeni abali okuba byoko iwe for your land, get land 2 hectares, register with Camnet TV alamukanjibukisha one day. Ukweba ati I wish na leko nkefyo ba Pastor Victoria na ba Pastor Moses Chiluba baleland mukebukishefi ndemyeba ma Chinese nabes ama South African Zimbabweans abakumala we abakwisa nabengira bale ingisha business bale chitama business muno bali busy quiet in case I'm deported, in case I'm this abenda Zambia hey, we want jobs, we want jobs. Mr. Director, give me a song to aleka walande fintu ifya kweba ati ule bwafye muno mwine wasanga na wakutanta minana panse wakapokola wali na kuti pasa seluka munsapato chosa beot wakugwira na mpokiti na mulamba. May God bless you. Give me a song and we will talk about it.
God, I believe in you. Ebenezer, Ilange, Adonai, Ilange, Kanabesa, Ilange, 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 Ilange. Come on, let's sing together. Ebenezer, Ilange, hallelujah, Adonai. Father, show yourself. Ilange, I believe in you. Oh, we love you, Jesus. Ilange, Ilange, Ilange. Oh, we love you. Ilange. Oh, 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 oh. Ilange. We love you, Jesus. Ilange. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ilange. Ilange. Wewe sama na mungalamu. Yes, I love. Yes, I love you. Oh, oh, oh. God of Abraham, show yourself today. Ilange. 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 Oh. Ilange. Ilange. Oh. Wewe sama na mumulilo. Yes, I love you. God of Abraham. God of Abraham, show yourself today. Ikupilionse lila fukama na kanwa kose katila niwe muba mwandasi bala kubela nga walanda na mabibi mbiyalekana niwe bolesa we uchite pisungusho dakwaba humbi uwabangaliwe niwebolesa wewe nepyasu wewe utuluilako abalwaninga batwimina Hallelujah.
God of Abraham, show yourself today.
Hallelujah. Oh God of Abraham,
show yourself
ubulwi gewandi inyokutivya ekonaishima na ana wali mulwili na kulimose wali hepo wapika vijeri kufiawa lesawadi nelo ilange yakwama yeona chakakela lesawadi lelo ilange Sawa mukamfuirwa lesawa mana banshiwa niwe utalalike yakaba
Welcome to this ministry, Camnet TV viewers. I am your pastor, Pastor Moses Chiluba, and out there is a family of God who were born for greatness. Those of you that are saying, instead of me watching that channel, this, remember there are thousands of channels. Thousands upon thousands on YouTube, on Facebook, you can watch. But some of you that God is bringing together, you're just glued to this nation. I salute you. My wife and I will make sure that we walk together and change the landscape of this nation and bring unity and bring love, no bitterness, no unforgiving spirit in here. May God bless you, Camnet TV viewers. Our lines are now open. Please feel free to chat with Pastor Moses Chiluba, to chat with the nation, and let's go together. How can we change this nation? Don't follow the scroll there or the numbers that are there. Mr. Director, if you can remove that scroll, I'll be most grateful. And those of you that are saying, Pastor Chiluba, how can I get involved? How can I participate? For you to call in the studio, if you want to call in the studio, this is the line that will take you in the studio. 675-273, this one here. It is permanently for the studio. But if you want to send a text or WhatsApp message, it is this number here. You send your text, then we'll read it, and may God bless you. This number, it is for WhatsApp, and it will be able to give you the same access to this station. But this number is also on WhatsApp. And after this, by the grace of God, I've always said that when I have this number, those of you who now know, when I give you an opportunity to say you can call me after the program, you see, I'm so grateful. We appreciate that. The reason why I carry this number home with my wife, it's because we want to chat with you. We want to explain certain things. But you know, now there are certain people who phone at 01. Mind you, pastor needs to rest. Others phone at 05, surely. Like my brother, the other time, one of the brothers, the Camnet TV fan, phoned at 4:30, and said, I just wanted to be early in phoning you. Surely, we have the whole day. We can talk. Just find the grace that we can talk together now. And when you find that the number is off, it's because we are praying. Let's chat together. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Daddy. How are you?
I am permanently blessed. What's your name and where are you calling me from?
I'm calling from your village, Chinsali.
From Chinsali?
Yes, I'm watching. I'm really encouraged by today's program. My name is Helga Luhanga.
You are what?
My name is Helga Luhanga.
Helga.
Helga Luhanga.
Helga Luhanga.
Yes, sir.
Helga, please talk to the nation. You are.
We want to be part of the team that wants to bring Zambia to a better Zambia.
And you know, Helga, not to cut you short, that is Chinsali. You know that it's the capital of the world, eh?
Exactly.
There is fertile land there, there is rain. You were born for greatness. Please talk to me.
We are just here for a year now.
Uh-huh.
But I'm telling you to bring to Lusaka. But this is push was 15 quarter, but we are able to work, but this is bad. So now we are saying we can do more than this. People pushing and bring this to Lusaka. It's a lot.
Be slow. You are Camnet TV viewer. And but much till if you push for Amasid's for 15 quarter.
That's what they push to go to 15 quarter.
Chimofie. Uh-huh.
But therefore, to harvest, we have harvested more than one push.
You have harvested more than?
One bag of it push.
My goodness. From one.
So we are saying this people, I'm 40, I'm a 50. So no, but we can do more with what we have now. We can make more money.
Now, Helga, let me tell you, if you're mulimi nefe pa ya ditefi. Epa fumine ne mbalala. What you do, Helga, please go to the chief there, go to whoever. Now, you are giving us as an example. Here, mwachitafi echipush chimo. And you harvest plenty, nembalala payad. Now, what can you do with the 2 hectares, Helga? This, whichever network provider, I don't know. bushe bulo shubwa kwa ati umuntu wale testify mwaputula line Elga, if you can please call again. Mother Zambia, there is a testimony. There is a testimony. Payad. Ukushitafye chipushimo. Vavika. Vaviala. And they have harvest. I was given, each time I eat any seed, I don't throw. Avocado, I keep them. You know, when I get that seed, and by the special grace of God, now I am buying avocados. But you know, just at church, we have planted plenty of avocados here. And where we are going, ladies and gentlemen, Zambia, we need not to talk about hunger. No, 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 no. Sister Luhaga, you have blessed me. Right there, Payad. What are you looking for? Camnet TV viewers, please get land. 1 hectare, 2 hectares. You have heard that testimony. How many pumpkins can she harvest from 1 hectare? How many pumpkins? If they are watermelons, in a watermelon, nalia pamo, natinsteko watermelon, you know I like watermelon. It's like this, at 100 kwacha. 100 kwacha, for sure, we like consuming that. Can you imagine you buy those seeds, top of the range seeds? You have your own vanette, 1 ton. And you plant 1 hectare of watermelons. Instead of bringing them for 100 kwacha, niwe boli mine. Elo truck yo bekushtia mofye fuel. And you bring those things, big as they are. You are selling pali nan 50 kwacha. Those things, they come out in thousands. And imagine pali 1 hectare, you can produce 1 million or 2. Please give me another text. If there is a text, give it to me. Sorry about that. Give me a text and give me the phone calls. Children of the Most High God, Zambia is a great nation. Helga, please call again and complete this testimony of yours. I like it. She's Team Camnet. And make sure that you send the details to this line. Hello?
This is Helga again.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, it's put to a chimo. But from the stage that we came, I went not storm, but I'm way. And just with the encouragement that you were giving, I was telling my husband, we need to be farmers, practical farmers.
I'm telling you.
I'm a farmer, So we have planned that this year, if we can do, if you push one side, you ukuba onyonyi, taking advantage of banning even database importing onions and potatoes. That's a free local present in Zambia.
My sister.
We need to take up this responsibility and start growing our own things. For me, I'm happy because that the person who's encouraged to be a farmer, I know that I will do the onions. I want to put my share on the market when back because I will supply them.
Now you are talking.
They want to bring about a sponsor. They want to bring about police. No. And then now I'm a dad. I'm equating a land.
Preach.
Because everyone will be built on their farm.
Absolutely.
But now we are to say, oh, even if this is how busy we will be. We will not be busy because someone is wearing each other. It will not be like that. So if we can, Zambia has got a very big land. They are very much ready to welcome us and to give us land.
Haga.
So it's the high time as Zambians we move from being kulalulira kati bakateka Tianga Nenko Nipoma Yanganepo. It's not right. Zambia will not develop on Tianga Nenko. We need to Yangana ourselves. That's why even the Bible says, blessed is he that giveth.
Can you imagine?
What is giving?
Oh. Is my brother there with you? Give him the phone. Let him greet me. You, Mr. Luaga, why are you quiet? Nam kwate fipushi tamlefano kumposha yako. Give him the phone.
We cannot stop right now. It's on the other phone.
Oh, okay. Greet him for me.
I've got a here farmer who is my grandmother here. She's a very much in.
Oh my goodness. Now, send us the details on this line.
Okay, I'll do.
You say, I'm Haga, I'm Haga from Chinsali, and I want to be part of the cabinet. My dear, everyone registering, one day, you thank God that this program is on for you.
Definitely. I was like, we almost listen every day.
May God richly bless you. Mwampala sana. And greet my brother.
I'll definitely do so.
Dear Cabinet, same to you. Dear Cabinet TV viewers, there is a testimony from Chinsali. Umuntu gushite chipushimo bakwata harvest. And how I don't like this. Boma iti yanga nepo. Na chimonama ex-convicts, ama prisoners, saying we are going to protest if the government doesn't help us. Let me tell you, sorry about the situation you were in prison. But come with a renewed mind. All of you ex-prisoners, mwalikwateko mwafuma. Let's go to our villages. Let's get land. Nga mwayapa pata kuli ba chifu kwe batine na ali muchifungo for 15 years na ali muchifungo for 5 years. Mpeniko ka land. Just land. I know some of you are saying nendalama tatwa kwate ya kushitolu kasu, but let me tell you something. If you are looking at a problem, the problem will continue. But when you are looking at solving a problem, that problem will be solved. I want all of you Cabinet TV viewers, wherever you are watching me from, like my sister Haga said, don't say Boma Yanganepo. Shall we change that language? Especially those of you who were born for greatness. I always say this. The person you are listening to is a John Howard material brought up there. And by the special grace of God, I said I live in John Howard, but John Howard will never live in me. I refused. That was just a station. Aba akuma yadi na ine one day bakomfati ku John Howard kwa lifumina kamuntu. Te yapa. Te papa ngoa kuromu. Imwe bantu bakwalesa. You were born for greatness. When you are looking for solutions, solutions will come. Whether you are 60, like me, 70, 80, don't say that, Pastor, you know, I'm an old man. Get land. Let's do something. Allah, may God bless this great nation. We are going to change the landscape of this nation. We will do something. At one time, after the conference, we are going to unveil the plan to this nation, and you are going to hear what God is doing through Cabinet TV. And like I've been saying, some of you, you regret that you never registered, you never did this, you never got land, and you want me to be getting land for you. I've seen the text, Pastor, help me to get land. Nkufunde, nje na mkufu ila land. We have over 100 people who want Cabinet TV to get them land. What kind of thinking is that? You listen, you go to Bamayo Banankomeshapa, you go Kuriba Mukamambo, the second Bamayo, you go and kneel down. She's a very godly woman. The Lord will use her to bless you with land. You go all these chiefs around. May God bless you. Mr. Director, please give me the text. I know there are people who are writing the text messages. Let's encourage each other. Iron sharpens iron. I want to be CAMNET farming partner. Please register my name to those who will be trained. I am Jennifer Nalweya Tenga from Kabwe. Hope to hear from you. Okay, Mr. Director, no text. Let me say something. Let me say something after this, Nalweya. You see, a lot of you get discouraged when we don't phone you to say we have received this. Listen, this same number you are using, Iya Community, I'm going to go through some of them, but just remember, in today alone, we may receive 100, 200 text messages saying register us. Now, my wife and I, when we start reading, to start responding to you, those 200 text messages are just on messages, text. You have now on WhatsApp. It's another world. So what we do every morning, this number will be taken by our people in the call center. They are going to compile all your names. We have data. We have data. Some of you have not been giving the names. But if you just register like tonight, you send us the names. I have a farm. It's 10 hectares in Nampundwe or Kasama or wherever. We need those details. Not going in circles. You just say, I'm Jennifer Nalunge or whatever. Then you say, I've got a farm. Where? We don't know. Give us the details. You say, I'm Pastor Moses Chiluba. I live in Lusaka. I have a farm, Kubara Stone Park. It is 50 hectares or 15 hectares. Give us those. Once you give us those, they will compute your name. The time we are going to be implementing this program, like I said, we are not in a hurry. We are not competing with anybody. Let me tell you, champions never compete. They only go to win. They are born for greatness. I will never compete with anybody. Don't compete with anybody. You've got your own lane. God has given you your own assignment, your own destiny. Stop chatting with liars, people who gossip, who say things about their friends. You were born for greatness. Wait, your time is coming. So once you enter us the details and you give us, they are going to enter you in our computing system. 2 months from now you call, they will just say, oh, this is Jennifer, and the details will be there. Give us complete details. Why we request for details? Because there is coming a time when we may call you and say, Jennifer would like to use your farm. It is strategically located, and we send some people, or we want to do this. So if you don't give us the details, how else can we work? May God bless you. And may God keep you. Give me another phone in and give us some more text, Mr. Director. Good evening, my papa. I'm not sleeping because, why? I am proud of each and every time I see you on TV. Umutima wandi, ula sansamuka. Because if you're mulanda, lesa ale, Mipala, and remember to pray for me and the rest of the family. Chitalu, Kapapi in Luansha, and I want to be part of the CAMNET TV. Good night, Papa. You are a blessing. You were born for greatness. Pastor Mwabombeni. Pamashiwi ayamule amashiwa yasuma nga twakwata ba pastor abali 10. Actually twalichira na 1000 muno Zambia. Abali nga imwe Zambia kuti yaya pantanshi bakapambwe mulenga kundola bakapambwe ala muno Zambia mwali befi poka poka. It's a blessing to have someone like you here in Zambia. May the Almighty God continue using you to change Zambia. My pastor, I have 250 hectares of virgin land in northern province. Please register me. Should I send my details? Yes, of course, my brother or my sister. Send us the details. Northern province is big. We don't know where. Israel used to defeat enemies through respecting and carrying up the box of 10 commandments. Transformation of Zambia all about respecting, is about. Please, when I'm alone, don't abbreviate. My wife knows how to read these things. Just write me straight. Respecting laws, or two subjects. God bless your advice to the current leaders and people of Zambia. Caleb Chembo, New District. Talk about Caleb. This text has given me a lot of assignment to read. The good thing is the viewers are also reading. Good evening, good evening, Pastor. I'm getting blessed by your vision for Zambia. Kindly advise me on how I can be part of Camnet Agriculture team. Please call that number on the middle and tell us your details, and you'll be part of it. Evening, my beloved Pastor Chiluba. I am a regular listener to the program. I am Michael Samakai. I want to be part of the farming conference. We have land in Mwinlunga. May God bless you and keep you. Thank you. By the grace of God, we will let you know. Good evening, Bishop. I am enjoying the program and I'm learning a lot. Pastor Maxwell Tembo from Lusaka. Man of God, you are a blessing. You were born for greatness. Thank you so much for being part of what God is doing in this nation. Thank you, Pastor Maxwell. Is there another text, Mr. Director? And if there are people calling, please call and let's change the nation together, the nation of Zambia, especially those of you that were born for greatness. Let me tell you something. As God gives you the grace to own the piece of land, you are going to have freedom. No one can push you around. There is a saying, he that has the gold makes the rules. That's where the golden rules come from. If you have God, if you have money, you are going to make your own rules. I want the people of Zambia to know that by the grace of God, this nation was born for greatness. And because today was a holiday and we've got to continue this, please allow me to just read 3 messages, and if there is a call, I'll take it, and allow me to go and rest with my Camnet TV crew, the people behind the cameras, the technical team. They come in the morning, at night, they do the work. May God bless you and reward you. 3 text messages, Mr. Director, and we close the program. I'm very grateful for all of you that have called. I'm so blessed that the first caller has blessed the nation. My name is Anthony Chalelema. Anton Chalelema. I'm a regular follower of this program. Kindly add me to the Camnet family and register my name for the seminar. I have 2.5 hectares, 2.5 hectares, of course, farm in Ndola Rural, Kafubu Farm Block. God bless you for the wisdom you are giving to the nation. I want you to know, Anthony, that's a big land. 2.5, my goodness. Good evening, Camnet. Kindly add me to database. I am in Kalumbila and I have 7 hectares. My names are Ngomi Paul. Mr. Paul Ngomi, you are a blessing. your name will be added, or it's added, and tomorrow they will enter you. Good evening, Senior Pastor Chiluba. May the good Lord guide and protect you from all evil snares. As the mountains surround Jerusalem as a sign of protection, so you are protected, and the family. Christian Mwansa from Kasama, you are a blessing. Christian, I'll end up with you, and may the Lord bless you and keep you. Youths, let me summarize this. The reason why the government or the nations declare Youth Day, you have a vision. You are protected, and you must have a vision to say, before I am 40, before I am 50, I need to have my own farm. I need to have my own land. Money is not just through a salary. These people you are calling workers, you are rushing to join the police, national service, Air Force, you are rushing to join the bank. Even if you get 20,000 kwacha per month, I want you to know somebody who will get 10 hectares of land from the chief, once the program is on top gear in this nation, at national level, I want you to know that 10,000 or 20,000 kwacha for some youths, it will be talk time, because they will be communicating with Israel, they will be communicating with Netherlands, they will be communicating with America. I want you to know that God is blessing this nation. May the Lord bless Camnet TV viewers. I've been your pastor on the ministry on this Youth Day. May the Lord bless our youths. Don't go in the bush to strategize. If you go in the bush, go and cultivate, go and farm, and don't blame the government. No, the government this, the government this. We have been blaming the government from the time I was a youth. We blamed Dr. Kaunda. We blamed the President Chiluba. We blamed the President Levi Mwanawasa. We blamed Tava Rupia Banda. We are now blaming Bachagwa. Nava kesa potuka ba blame. Takuri President uke karapachi punapa eo tushaka blame yo. But when you get your own land, every president will be a good president as long as there are no funny laws. Why? Because you've got your own freedom. Keep watching Camnet TV. Remember that Camnet TV is not just another channel. On behalf of my wife, on behalf of the leadership of the Healing Word Ministries International, the church that God has given my wife and I to pastor, and on behalf of the Camnet TV viewers and the team on duty, remember you were born for greatness. We'll see you some other time.